Okay, we're just going to look a little bit at artboards in this video. What I want to do is just kind of give you a little visual overview of what's being discussed in pages 123 through the next few pages in the textbook. Sometimes it's nice to see what's going on. This is a good example of how there are many places in Illustrator where you can access tools to render the similar effects or to accomplish the same task. So when we're talking about artboards, we're thinking of the pieces of paper that we might be drawing on. In Illustrator, we might be drawing on 5 different pieces of paper at the same time. In previous versions of Illustrator, you kind of looked at one page at a time. And so if you were trying to work on a sort of multifaceted campaign of artistic elements where you wanted to be drawing on something in one place and for one output like an envelope, and then another place you want to be working on a brochure using the same artwork, you ended up having to work with multiple files. The Artboard feature allows you to work on those things all at the same time with a great deal of flexibility, and yes, some of this is new to me too. So what I want to show you, what I'm seeing as I go through this, is that when we first look at the Illustrator environment, we see the multiple artboards. This white piece here is an artboard, as well as these items of similar size. These are different artboards you can draw on. So if I click on them when I'm just using my selection tool, nothing really happens. However, if I go down to my Artboards tool in the Tools panel, I can do that, as you can see, by clicking on it or by doing Shift-O. Let's try that, Shift-O. All of a sudden we see that the environment kind of changes, and we see this dashed line defaulting around my selected artboard. This is showing me that if I'm going to manipulate my artboard, manipulate my settings of the artboard, it's going to affect artboard number 3. This is telling me the name of the artboard. Okay, so again, this is your artboard tool, and this little outlined white page here is the artboard itself. These are called crosshairs. And again, you can manipulate those settings. And here we will look at the different ways we can do that. Up here we see on the control panel, it says artboard. The preset, this indicates that it's a custom size. Currently the orientation is landscape. And this would be the new artboard option if I was going to create one. And this is the name of this particular artboard. Now I could actually rename it and call it, you know, envelope 3. Okay, and I've just done that, as you can see down here. That's changed the name to envelope 3. We can see the dimensions. Actually, this is the placement of the artboard within the grid that we've designated by setting up our rulers, and the width is 9 inches by 4 inches. But let's say we want to access other tools for the artboards. Over here, we're going to go to, on the panels, we're going to do the artboard panel. What this does is this gives us an overview of the number of artboards we have in this particular document. Okay, we have 4. We have artboard 1 or artboard 2, envelope 3 as I've renamed it, and artboard 4. What's nice about the panel is that you can set it up so that you can make your artwork a little more intuitive to the way you want to work. Perhaps you think of your different artistic elements in a particular order. You might think first you're dealing with letterhead, second you're dealing with your A4 envelope, third you're going to be dealing with your business card, and then fourth you're going to be dealing with your brochure. This allows you to actually manipulate all of these. You can, for example, move them up and down in terms of their order, because they sort of have a stacking order as well in terms of the way that you flow through working with the document. So as I press this up arrow here, as you can see, envelope 3 is moving to the first position in terms of being an artboard. I can move it back down by pressing the down arrow. Here we have the universal symbol for new element across the Adobe suite. This means new artboard. So I can click on this, and what it does is it creates artboard 5. Okay, and I think, okay, so we've created artboard 5. However, we don't know where it is. Well, we have the fit all in window set to the time before artboard 5 existed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Command, Option, and the 0 key on the alphanumeric keyboard to say Command Shift O, that means fit all in window, and now we can see the artboard 5 is over here to the right. We would have also been able to do that by going up to the menu, which I know you can't see, clicking View, and we can select fit all in window, as you may recall from previous lessons. Now the other thing is, oops, I'm going to do that again, hit that back. You can click over here, and this is your artboard options toggle switch. So if you click on this, what it does is it brings me the artboard options for what we're calling artboard 5. We see artboard 5 over here. We see that the width is 9 inches, the height is 4 inches. It, of course, is a landscape orientation. We see that the proportions are not constrained, meaning that if we scale it, it can scale wide or tall. It won't retain the aspect ratio that it has right now. We have some preferences. Can we show the center mark or not? Do we show the crosshairs? You can turn those crosshairs off or turn them on. All things that as you become more deeply involved in using Illustrator, you'll start to understand the effects turning these features have on and off. They might seem a little irrelevant to you right now, but I assure you the more sophisticated you are using this tool, you'll begin to like these things a great deal. So I hope this gives you a little bit of a preview of how the Artboards panel works and how Artboards behave. Please note that when you select your tool, you do have the ability to move your artboards around. That was the artboard that was selected. I simply, with my artboard tools depressed, I just simply click on another one and I can move these around freely. So they behave much like graphic elements do in Illustrator. So have fun with them. I'm just getting used to using them myself. It's fun learning together, isn't it?